Hello everyone, and we're back. It's been a long time that I haven't uploaded any videos. Today I'm doing this video because one of my students need help about fractions, adding and subtracting fractions. So first, I'm going to discuss adding fractions with the same denominator. Okay, there. And first, we need to know what is fraction. So fraction is part of a whole. For example, 1/2 or 1/3, or you can also have 2/3. So that's part of a whole. And then we need to know what is the denominator. The denominator is simply the bottom part of your fraction. So in 1/2, your denominator is 2. In 1/3, the denominator is 3. And 2/3, the denominator is also 3. So we'll add fractions with the same denominator. So let's add 1/3 and 2/3. Okay, so 1/3 plus 2/3. Simply add the numerator. So what is the numerator? The numerator is the upper part of your fraction. So 1/3, your numerator is 1. 2/3, and your numerator is 2. So simply add the numerator. When you add fractions with this same denominator, simply add the numerator and then copy the denominator. Alright, so in this case, we'll just add the numerator. So 1 add 2, that's 3. Copy the denominator, which is 3. So the answer is 3/3, or simply 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that's a whole number. Okay, that's adding fractions with the same denominator. We will go ahead and subtract fractions with the same denominator. So we already know that the denominator is the bottom part of the fraction. Okay, so that's subtracting fractions with the same denominator. Okay, so for example, 2/3, take away or minus 1/3. Just simply subtract the numerator. 2 minus 1, that's 1. And then just copy the denominator. Same thing. So just subtract the numerator, then copy the denominator. That's it. Very easy, right? Okay, next we are going to add fractions with different denominator. Okay, so adding fractions with different denominator. So let's say 2/3 minus 1/4. So this one, the denominator is not the same, 3 and 4. So what you need to do is just find the least common multiple, or you can also say least common denominator. So what I usually do is I multiply the denominator, which is 12. Sometimes if you're using big numbers, you can half them. It might work, but for now, we'll just multiply the denominator, and that's 12. Um, so our denominator will be 12. Alright, so we copy the minus sign. And what is the equivalent fraction of 2/3 if your denominator is 12? So um, at that point, I already know that it's 8. And why 8? Simply so we multiply 3 and 4, right? So 3 times 4 is 12. So you just multiply the numerator by 4 as well. So that's 8 over 12. So the equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 8 over 12. If you simplify 8 over 12, that's also 2/3. And now, what is the equivalent fraction of 1/4 if your denominator is 12? So that will be 3. 1 over 4, you multiply the denominator by 3 to get 12. You simply multiply the numerator by 3, and that's 3 over 12. Alright, so let's simplify. 8 minus 3, that's 5. So the answer would be 5 over 12, and that's the simplest term. So we know that we only have to subtract the numerator when we subtract fractions with this same denominator. Okay, so the process is make sure that the denominator is the same and then subtract the numerator. Oh, sorry, it's adding. It should be subtracting fractions with different denominator. My bad. Sorry about that. So now let's move on to adding fractions with different denominator. So adding fractions with different denominator. Let's add 2/3. I've overused 2/3 now, so that's okay. 2/3 and 1/4. So same thing, we need to find the least common multiple, and that's 12. We already know that 2/3 is 8 over 12, and 1/4 is 3 over 12. So simply add the numerator, which is 11 over 12. You copy the denominator. So that's it. Very easy, right? Any questions? If you have any questions, just post it in the comment section. So, see ya. I hope I can add more videos next time. Take care.